All right, we're back with a crossfire right here on 99.3 Nigerian Farm. Glad to say we're ready for our first major conversation this morning. And we have joining us live on the program the Commissioner for Information in Rivers State, Warisenibo. Joe Johnson is our guest on the program. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning.
All right. All right, thank you very much for joining us 99.3 Nigerian for FM Lagos. Of course, our guest tonight this morning will be talking about the unfolding political situation in Rivers State, giving us an opportunity to know what exactly is going on and helping us unpack and separate the facts from the fiction. Warisenibo Joe Johnson, thank you very much. And we must say, first of all, congratulations on your assumption of office as Commissioner for Information in Rivers State. We know you're a consummate professional to the core, and that you will do a good job. And we here at Nigeria Info, we are offering our support to you in any way possible, sir.
Thank you so very much. I deeply appreciate it.
Thank you very much. All right, sir, can you please run us through what happened in Rivers State from that Sunday when we heard there was an explosion at the Rivers State House of Assembly? We then saw that His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, Governor Sim Fubara, tried to make his way to the House of Assembly and was met with some water cannon and tear gas and some gunshots. We also saw the House of Assembly chamber burned beyond recognition. Can you please run us through what exactly happened?
Well, just like you have the narrative on Monday morning, precisely late night of Sunday, we got intel that the House of Assembly had been set on fire, and the next morning, His Excellency Warisenibo Fubara, the Governor of the state, took a few members of his team to the House of Assembly, and we got there only to see that the hollow chamber had been burnt, even though we had some interceptions on the way by the detachment of the police that were there that cordoned off the entire area. We had a rough outing, but thank God that no life was lost. And here we are, only to discover that the house had been factionalized. There are two speakers. The two sides are contending, over one issue or the other. One has issued an impeachment notice, and the other had thrown up a new speaker. So we are trying to contain the situation.
Okay. Is there any indication as we speak as to who or what was behind that explosion? We hear there was some sort of explosion that led to the fire. Because some are insinuating that because there was a rumor that the House of Assembly led by Right Honorable Martins Amehule at the time was planning to impeach His Excellency the Governor of Rivers State, that maybe some supporters of the governor or maybe some people sent by the governor were the ones who set the House of Assembly on fire to prevent the House of Assembly from sitting. That's an insinuation. Yeah.
All these are in the speculative realm. You are a journalist, which I know that we don't write. We don't do speculative journalism. We write facts, and the facts on ground may only established by the Niger police, whose responsibility it is to tell us what may have happened. I did not even call it explosion. I call it fire, because I wouldn't know whether it's an explosive device. I wasn't there, and we're expecting that the police should be able to lead the narrative. We're yet to hear from the police high command as to what has happened. Even if the governor had directed that a full-scale investigation be carried out, and I want to believe that they're on top of the situation.
All right. What is the River State government, Mr. Joe Johnson, Warisenibo Joe Johnson, what is the River State government saying to the Inspector General of Police or demanding from the police following that incident where the governor was sprayed with a water cannon from an armored tanker, gunshots and tear gas probably fired in his direction? Because he said he was shot at, verbatim.
I have not seen so much positive vibes from the Nigerian police, particularly except to say that the story of a redeployment of the CSO to the governor and then the camp commandant On the attempted assassination of the governor, I have not heard the police, even though they claim to have made a release, which to me does not look worthy enough on such an affront on a sitting governor who is covered by immunity. So I will expect that the police should do more.
Okay. Is the government of River State demanding for the redeployment of the CP?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yes. So apart from that, what is behind the political disagreement that seems to be happening between the governor of River State and his predecessor? Because we know there was a meeting between both men brokered by Mr. President. And the statement released by His Excellency the Governor of River State recently also made mention of that. So can you tell us exactly what may have led to the souring of the relationship between these two gentlemen who were erstwhile best of friends and allies, looking at what we saw play out before and during the elections, even after the elections as well?
You know, to destroy takes is really very spontaneous. If you see what Israel had spent trying to destroy Gaza, you can't equate it to the number of years it took to build Gaza. I don't know if you understand my knowledge.
Yes.
But to say that you and I can disagree now, spontaneously we can just disagree, but mending fences will take quite a lot of process. The president has stepped in, the elders of the party are talking, there are certain moves that are on. All these are geared towards reconciling all the warring factions. And the governor had just sent a press statement over the weekend, trying to assure Rivers people that there's hope at the end of the tunnel.
Okay. All right. Sir, what led to this souring of the relationship between the two gentlemen?
Honestly, I find it difficult to piece together. I'm not able to, but let me assume that there would have been some disagreement at some levels. I just assumed office on the day that journey started to the House of Assembly. You can imagine my dilemma.
Yeah, baptism of fire.
Last week Monday, I just got into. I got to the office. I went to the office for the first time on Thursday because we've been in crisis management. So I do not have a full grasp as to what the issues are, but I want to believe that it's a normal disagreement. If you like father and son, or what do you call it? You can say it is it's a family issue, like politicians would say.
If I remember correctly, you were screened and passed by the House of Assembly on Thursday.
Very correct.
And then you were sworn in by the governor on Friday.
On Friday. On Monday, that I was supposed to go to the office and take charge. I was confronted with tear gas canisters and water blasters, And then I was on a baptism of fire.
Yeah. No pun intended, I'm sure. Yes. Warisenibo Joe Johnson.
Yes.
There have been allegations by stakeholders in River State. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about because you may have watched it on TV. That the former governor of River State asked for 25% of the River State revenue or allocation to be given to him, and that the current governor of River State, offered only 10%. If that's so you know we are friends. I'm your friend. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to support you because you are a consummate journalist. But please, I need to ask this question because the people want to know.
The first press release I made, I said I'm the spokesman of the government, and that if there's anything that this government would say, other than the governor saying it early, I probably may just be the only voice I'll be hearing. Others may talk on the areas of professionalism. So those things are speculations. The Yoruba, they say, once there's a crack on the wall, lizard will enter. So once there's a crack, you find stories like that, 25%, and I can tell you that it's all fake.
All right. What about the appointment of commissioners? Also, the allegation that the former governor appointed most of the commissioners of this present governor, Fubara, even his chief of staff, CSO, and all that. But the current governor attempted to make some appointments, and that may have annoyed the former governor. All these things are recorded.
I don't think so. You are the one who said I was screened the other Thursday. There was no problem. If there was a problem, the House would have not cleared us. I know that I read a story about the refusal of the Assembly in Lagos to clear about how many commissioners. But in this case, the 5 of us were cleared, inaugurated, and then we even had the State Executive Council meeting. So it's nothing to do with appointments. And don't forget that this is a continuity government. The mantra of this government is continuity, and consolidation. You can only continue if you have started a thing. You cannot continue a thing you didn't initiate. So I don't see the nexus between appointment and the first political crisis.
All right. A lot of people, River State stakeholders who I've had a pleasure of interviewing or listening to their commentary here and there, rose up in support of Governor Sim Fubara through this whole situation,
Yes.
calling on the former governor to allow him focus on governance and give him the free hand to run the state, being the executive. What do you say to them?
No, it's quite salutary. People can express how they feel. There are also those who have dissenting voices, but it looks like the public opinion weighs more on the side of the sitting governor, which is usually natural. And if you see what's going on, you will assume, without being in River State, that the Governor Simfuma has a popular support base.
Okay, so would you want people to keep expressing their opposition to the former governor and their support for the current governor, or would you like, because the statement from the governor seems to be more of conciliatory,
Yes.
It seems to be that everything is back on track between him and Nyesom Wike, former governor of the state. So some of those who came out and rose in support of Governor Simfobara are not happy that he seems to be trying to make amends or make peace with Nyesom Wike. They feel this is a time to rest.
I don't understand. How would anybody not want peace? Peace is priceless, like you said. How would people are bound to quarrel. Husband and wife will always quarrel. Some may even get up to the courts. And at some point, some elders may just say, look, gentlemen, why don't you calm down? Let's try and put ourselves together. Everybody must seek the path of peace. I doubt if any right-thinking person would assume that asking for peace is the worst thing to happen. We can't afford to go back to those dark days. We can't afford to go back. And the crisis, or the consequences of crisis are things that you cannot mention. You wouldn't know who will survive and who will be consumed. So I think it's the best approach. So far, so good.
Okay, some people want him to face Nyesom Wike head on, and his control, dominance in the state's politics. They feel that will be some sort of freedom for River State.
That's their thinking. There are two sides of every divide. There are those who are saying, look, we cannot do this. There may also be those who are saying, they let us go to war. And it's conventional, it's common with people. So I don't know how, at our age, we are with the developments that are going on in the world, we will also seek for ways of going to war rather than go for peace. I mean, it looks irrational to even think of it.
All right. The former governor of River State, Warisenibo Johnson, Commissioner for Information in River State, the former governor of River State and current minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, said that no one can take over his political structure in River State. What's your response to that, sir?
I do not really understand what you call structure. He was instrumental to the coming of this governor. And they have worked together harmoniously from his days back as Accountant General and Permanent Secretary. So if there is any structure that he has, his team. SIM is one of those structures, and he is the governor. And I want to assume that what he meant to say was that nobody can take over things, which is a fact. You cannot reap from where you did not sow. So I imagine that if we talk about structure, all the PDP family members are in structure. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Okay.
So nobody will sit down and watch it if that is what structure is. Yes, team is PDP and PDP members are behind and also behind him. He is the leader of the party. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So does this not mean the former governor, from what he said, does it not mean that he will continue to remain in charge of politics in Rivers State and he won't allow the governor lead, the party and in Rivers State, PDP?
Look, let's not be worried. There's time for everything. There's time for everything under the sun. Things will take their normal shape. But as we have just started, we'll begin to make adjustments. Everybody will be happy. That's politics. Politics is a game of interest. You must protect interest. If not, well, your interest will valued. So I don't think that it will be fair to assume that will former governor allow the present governor to operate now in other captivity.
Okay. So, some are saying that the governor of Rivers State is probably being ungrateful to the former governor of the state, bearing in mind the fact that he was an outsider for the race to become governor. Had the likes of the current SSG, Magdasabe, Limeba, and all these guys, but he was favored, and that probably he's not bringing Wike back in a good way. Looking at how this relationship has started, what do you say to that?
They have kept a long-standing relationship. Don't forget that in the service, he was his accountant general, was the permanent secretary, he was DFA governor, did quite a lot of things. They have shared personal relationship. I don't know this case.
Hello, Warisenibo Jojo, sir, please. Can you, sir? All right, we seem to have a connection problem. We'll try and get back to. We're going to actually get back to our guest in a matter of seconds. Okay, here's a journalist, quite respected at that in River State and beyond. Oh my! And he's a consummate professional. So we're just going to try and get back to him. But anyway, your thoughts are welcome. I mean, the situation in River State seems the political players are all trying to just be safe because nobody wants to be caught napping. You say. No one wants to be caught napping because you don't know where. And then if the thing settles now, you become a casualty. 99.3. Good morning.
Yeah, King of Morning. Good morning, sir.
Welcome. Nice to have you. Please go on.
Morning. Good to you.
Morning.
Yeah, King of Morning Radio. Quick one. Yesterday was my son's birthday.
Oh.
Gabriel Onka.
Oh, amazing.
His birthday is coming up on the 11th.
Amazing.
That Pulichuku wife is on the 30th.
Oh, amazing.
Then Flogs is 22nd. Quick one to the matter now.
Thank
That man that will hear his voice now, he's trying to soft landing to the new Week.
That's the Commissioner of Information, no? That's
okay, he's the Commissioner of Information.
Yeah, River State. Yeah.
He's trying to give soft landing to Wike. Which structure? You remember we didn't allow PD people to hold meeting in Rivers. Have you forgotten? No PDP member. There was a senator then. I pitied that man then. He destroyed the man's house.
That's Lee Meba.
What?
Lee Meba.
Oh my God. Look, King of Morning Radio, you are there. And now this man is telling us I don't talk about this strong man. No, that's not his future. Nuke shouldn't have any structure anymore because he destroyed them in Rivers.
Thank you very much. I'll take a last call. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, very quickly. You have about 20 seconds.
Okay, let me fire. Some people talk the way it has somebody. That man, the way he is talking, is it if Nigeria belongs to them? He shouldn't be talking about structure. Nigeria is for all of us. If Nigeria is a working state, that man should resign.
Right.
Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, ladies, we have back with us the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Warisenibo, Joe Johnson. He's with us graciously on the line. I know he has his day busy in line. Warisenibo, thank you so much for your time. Pass you along the line. And we want to look to the future. His Excellency the Governor has written a letter. But before we, what is the status of the State House Assembly? Who is the Speaker? Is the impeachment still on? What is happening?
Well, the House is on recess now. It's even more complicated by the fact that the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria are on strike. So the union is on strike. The incident that took place in the assembly may also be one of the very major reasons why cannot predict what it is now. But I can tell you that the House bring down the computer. The House is on recess, and won't believe that when we come back, somebody will be made.
Okay. Sir, Governor rendered an apology in his letter, which was released weekend. Who apology for? Because some are insinuating that
this is very clear. It's a very clear English language. It's a very clear English language. That is as it is contained in apology. I don't know how else to use it.
Life transitions quickly. One moment starting to transition from school to a promising career. No make plans for happy ever after with life, and happy ever afters don't come without it. As you
Your eyes are always sharp and clear. This to prolong stay on the computer. What's your
My guy, it is visual gain. My nutrition.
99.3 Nigeria. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos.